Kia ora guys, I've got a couple of level 2 algebra questions that I haven't looked at yet, so I wanted to show you guys what my thinking process was while solving questions. So this question here is from the Walker Maths book. A pond whose sides can be modelled by a quadratic function, I'm thinking parabola, is constructed. It is 16 meters wide and at its center it has a depth of 3.2 meters. Okay, so automatically, straight away, I'm seeing this 16 meters wide, so there's this pool, and then it's 3.2 meters deep. So this is not really to scale at all, but I'm just jotting some pictures down. Let y represent its depth in meters. So we've got y happening here, and let y represent its depth in meters and x the distance in meters from its edge. How wide is the... Okay, so I guess we have to make this line actually the line we're going to follow. So I think we need to make it so that we can see the depth of the pool using y. I think it's going to be a negative depth. So I'm going to draw my y-axis here, and this is the edge of the pool. It's the edge and the top of the pool. How wide is the surface of the water in the bottom when it is filled to a depth of 20 centimeters? So we've got this pool, which is like a parabola, and they want to know when it gets down to 0.2 from the base. So maybe y is better at the base of the pool. So it's sort of deciding on this that helps us to solve these questions. It's your thinking process. Do I make y the top of the pool or the bottom? Let y represent its depth in meters and x the distance in meters from its edge. So now that I've had a think about it, I'm going to do my final image. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the base of the pool y equals 0. And I'm going to have the parabola sitting like this. So that when the pool is 0 meters versus when the pool is 3.2 meters, and then we can quite nicely see when the pool is at 0.2. So we've got this surface that we're looking for. So we're looking for the distance between here and here. It is 16 meters wide, and at its center it has a depth of 3.2 meters. So we know that it's 16 going across here, so this value here needs to be 16. So that's how we've now got our x and y. So see, I haven't really done too much algebraic solving yet. I'm just trying to get my head around the picture. I'm just going to double check it, because I'm questioning putting this up here. Who cares? Let's just fill in the details we know. So this point here, we know that that's going to be 16, 3.2. The center is going to be halfway along. And so because it's 16 overall, that means it's going to be 16 divided by 2. That's going to be 8. These are the points we want to solve for. So these are going to be our x1 and x2 unknowns. And so we're going to need to find, we know the formula of this line is y equals 0.2. So we're going to do our whatever quadratic function we get from here, we'll just substitute in y equals 0.2, and that will get us the 2 points. So now we need to find an equation for this. So probably vertex form is going to be the easiest option for solving that, because we know that it has a vertex. So what is the vertex form of a parabola? Y equals x minus a squared plus c. Is that right? So we know that the vertex, we can then substitute in the vertex x minus 8 squared, and c is 0 because this point here is at 8, 0, and that's the vertex of our parabola. I missed a little factor here, that's the scale factor. So we're going to probably substitute that point. Oopsies, I should actually show you what I'm doing. What a blimmin' numpty. So we have this is vertex form. I should have really looked that up before I did the video, but it's more interesting if I can show you the process, right? So we need to solve for k, and we know that this point is on the parabola, so we can just substitute that point in. We could put the vertex in, but it wouldn't give us any more information because we would just get 8 minus 8 is 0, and we wouldn't have any idea. So now we've got a y value and an x value here, so it's going to be 3.2 equals k, and then we'll chuck in our x value, and now we can just go ahead and solve that. So 16 minus 8 is 8. 8 squared is 64, so it's going to be k times 64. From here, I'm then just going to divide both sides by 64, and that's going to get us k. I've got my graphics calculator here. So 3.2 over 64. But the thing is, it's actually a really nice number because I know 32 over 64 would be half. So 3.2 over 64 is going to get us 1 over 20, or 0.05. I mean, I kind of like 1 over 20 better than that. So from there, we can just substitute that into our equation that was this one. So now we've got a k value. So it's going to be y equals 1 over 20 x minus 8 squared. So now we've got the parabola's formula, and we've also got this. So we just substitute that in, and our answers should pop out, our x1 and x2. Because we're seeing where this line intercepts with the parabola that we've found the formula of. So 0.2 equals 1 over 20 x minus 8 squared. And we just solve for x, and it should all just nicely pop out. So we'll times both sides by 20. So 20 times 0.2, is that going to give me 4? I think so. 4 equals x minus 8 squared. We'll just do a square root on both sides. Do they want us to do that? Plus or minus 2 is actually the square root of 4. If we take a square root of 4, you can see that 2 times 2 is going to be 4, but also negative 2 times negative 2 is 4 as well. So I don't want to ignore that vital piece of information. So then we'll just add 8 on both sides. So it's 8 plus or minus 2 equals x. So therefore x1 is going to be the smaller of those two, which is 8 minus 2, which is 6, and x2 is going to be 8 plus 2, which is 10. So therefore the pool is going to be, we've just found out that this is 10, we found out that this is 6. So to find this distance, we just do 10 minus 6 equals 4, and then units meters. So let's have a look at the question so I can answer it properly. How wide is the surface of the water in the bottom when it is filled to a depth of 20 centimeters? I can say 4 meters wide. Probably should show them some working that's not just sitting up on the picture here. So I'll just do that here. 10 minus 6 equals 4 meters. That's messy as, but it showed you my thinking process, which I think is useful.